Welcome to the first ever Yellow Express podcast, where we get to know the people at Yellow Express, and also you're going to get to meet a few of my mates. Now, I haven't been secretive about the fact that I've been away from the company for quite a while, and in fact, there's actually a day count. It's 4,435 days.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And that, my friend, is just about how long I've known you for. About that time, I was a bit of a fatty. Mark then owned Jet Cycles, still owns Jet Cycles, the best cycle shop on Clarence Street in Sydney. And, mate, I thought I'd take up the spandex and start shaving my legs. I just was looking for an excuse to shave my legs, if I'm to be honest, and it just so happened that the shortest way to the pot of gold was to get into cycling. And Mark was one of the first blokes I started spending money with, and I've blown some cash on. It's just an expensive sport, especially when you ring me up and you say there's so many. I've got the latest thing or the.
Well, you always get the limited edition first choice.
I don't mind a limited. As I'm asking Australia for help to help me build my business, I'd like to get you to know me and what makes me tick, and obviously what makes anyone tick is your mates. So, Mark, you're one of my great mates, and I appreciate you coming to the podcast, mate.
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. But, mate, look, Jesus Christ, that was a long time ago. 14, 15 odd years ago. Our boys were 1 or 2 years old.
Yep, and now they're 16 and,
Riding together.
Yep.
I've got some cool footage of them riding, actually, when they were sort of little boys. But they're growing into great kids. You've got Jet and you've got Dash. Okay. How are the boys going?
The boys are going great. Mountain biking as we speak today.
Awesome. Cooper, he just wanted to get jacked as soon as he could, mate, as soon as he could join a gym. So he just lifts weights and I join him. And I got to admit, mate, the guy's a superstar. He's really snapped me into shape.
Undoubtedly.
In no time.
Undoubtedly.
Like light speeds. And it's fun working out with your kid and all that cool stuff, isn't it?
There's no better thing as a father when you can go out and do those things together, is there? It's just what a bonding experience.
Yeah, I know. No, it's cool as hell, mate. It's cool as hell. And there's only better times to come.
And there's a funny link there because both you and I have come from parents that were self-employed and have businesses, and we both sort of ended up down that track.
Mate, look, I've got to admit, I've done 1,000 things since I left school. I left school very young. I was 15. And I've done everything from sell vacuum cleaners, cars, number plates, mobile phones, and about 300 other things in between. I've always liked to have a crack. And but you've got an interesting story because didn't you start off training triathletes and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah. My background was originally starting out was with the Olympic program. Mm-hmm. So coached for triathlon and put one fella into the Sydney Olympics, which was pretty good to be first selected there. And then he went on and 3 world championships later and a couple of silver medals, and then ended up with a bike shop after all of that.
Mate, and a bloody good one too, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Dangerous place to walk past if you've got a pocket full of money. Look, you're often a reflection of your friends and the people around you and all that sort of stuff. I met you at the perfect timing in my life. I was going through a nice breakup, as nice as it could possibly be. And, mate, it was a time that was completely shocking to me because, I had kind of a bit of a blessed life. I'd always worked hard, never drank, never did drugs, always worked hard. Love going to work, love making a buck, and all of a sudden, the shit hit the fan, and mate, I just closed up shop. And I remember you had a little ergo set up. What was that all about?
I did. Yeah. Well, when we moved, because you came along and met me when I had the tiny shop. It was no bigger than this studio, I think.
Yeah.
And I'd been coaching out of there, and we just sort of put a little pro shop in downstairs, and then we moved into the big one where we are now. But I retained that little part of me in there. Wanted to still train people, and that was a period there that I remember. You just needed a place that you felt was a safe place where you could just come, no questions asked, do what you needed to do, stay as long as you want, and come and go as you please. And we made that available for you as needed.
Mate, I tell you what, in times of stress, the best thing you can do is just throw the boots on and just walk out the door, get some sun, go for a walk, ride a bike, listen to the birds, sun on the face, all that sort of stuff. It's the only solution. Any other solution is a quick fix or a Band-Aid and all that sort of stuff. You just got to do the slow grind, don't you?
You do sometimes, yeah.
And I tell you what, like all bad times pass and in come the good times. And you turn me from a fatty into a less fatty.
Yeah.
And we started doing some big rides together. Our boys got together and it was just a great sport. We've done a few races together. We haven't travelled as much as what I'd like to, but we've got some plans this year. What are the plans for this year, mate? And I'm going to hold you to it.
Yep. No, so plans this year, the 4-day mountain bike stage race, which is going to be in Croatia. So
Nice.
Really looking forward to that.
Couldn't be around the corner, could it? It's got to be in Croatia.
Got
You're packing the bikes.
Exactly. I'll pack the bikes. 4 stages, 4 different islands. What more could we want to do?
And mind you, you're how old?
51.
50. I'm 53. And we're still thinking about doing these things.
Yeah.
And of course.
And we'll do it well. We'll have a ball.
Yeah, no, silly not to. Mate, how adventurous, what a great sport cycling is. Tell us a little bit about Jet Cycles, mate.
So Jet Cycles started out as it was supposed to be a sidekick, literally a pro shop for my coaching business.
Mm-hmm.
And
I come in for the coaching and buy a tube and a bike if you really must. Okay.
So the way it started, I had a coaching business, and then for the equipment, you might send them to this shop or that shop, and they come back with all the wrong things.
Yes, I did that here.
Yeah.
I would literally, we'd that's why we've got the showroom here. We'd meet a great guy. We'd say, great, go out and buy this particular vehicle, right? And make sure it's got this and it's got the double barn doors and the blah, blah, blah. And they come back with the wrong vehicle. We're like, oh, but this one was on sale. I was like, yeah, mate, it's great, but you're not going to make money.
Yeah, that's exactly, we go and get this bike and they come back with the wrong size or just the wrong thing for what they want to do. So then I was like, how hard can it be? Of course, you think it's really just make a start and we'll make it up as we go along and we've got to make it work. And so we just started out with, where I was, we were on the 3rd floor, the ground floor became available. So I thought, I'll just put a little pro shop in there. The business was already running, so we knew what we could afford and I gave it a go. And then,
well, mate, you're still here for 15 years later.
15 years later.
Mate, that's, how many times I get offered to come in on this or can I invest in that and all that sort of stuff. And I'm like, most things I just look at and I'm thinking, mate, don't do it. You're going to go broke. And 99% of businesses do. Yeah. The fact that you've been around for so long, even through COVID, and I know you had a boost in COVID, then things really backed off.
Yeah.
Is a testament to your acumen, mate. And of course, why am I talking to my mate and Yellow Express and this and that? Well, we offer a great service for Mark's customers. Yellow Express does. Bikes are large, awkward items. They're quite often, fragile. We offer a service where if you want to get your bike serviced, you couldn't be bothered schlepping it around town and then walking around in clickety-clack boots all day or, whatever. Yeah, Yellow Express picks those bikes up, takes them to him, he gives them service, and obviously we've got blankets and tie downs, and we know how to make sure the bike arrives in one piece there and when it gets back. So that's a little Yellow Express plug. More importantly, mate, you're my mate. You've helped me through some really difficult times.
Some people are literally human medicine, and, that's kind of exactly how I feel about you. Is like, oh, when I'm not feeling good, right, well, where's Juzzy? What would Juzzy be doing? And then there's...
It'd be probably taking your shit backwards.
Yeah, but, more than likely.
That's for another podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and I tell you...
I'll explain later, Mum.
But geez, that was funny when you pitched that concept to me on the bike the other day. I was in stitches.
Well, mate, I just think, in life, look, I'm about to embark on... I've got a big 2025 coming up. As you know, I went to the US. I had a crack. I went with a tourist visa and a credit card and I started a friggin' business, right? I thought I'll worry about the other bits and pieces later. We came that close to getting the job done. Then the country got shut down with COVID. And anyhow, so I've come back with a whole, with a what not to do playbook. We've fleshed that out. We're ready to go again. 2025 is the year for Yellow Express. And if we do what I think we can do, and I don't think we can do it, I think it's just going to happen. We're going to teach some of those big tech companies a little bit of a lesson, which will be fun. And I think we're also going to provide a great service to our customers, which we always love doing. That's what I'm excited about this year. I'm so happy to be back at work, mate. To be honest, mate, I've been bored shitless the last 4,435 days.
You've been trying to distract yourself. You've done a good job of it. There's plenty of stories.
Oh, mate, too many stories. We're going to be telling all those stories here. I love it when I'm getting a bit portly. He always takes a sneaky photo and he sends me the photo and I'm just look at myself and go, oh, I'm just a fat fuck.
And then you thank me for
And
it.
I thank you for it. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm shredded. But there's a lot of people out there sort of thinking, oh, I've got to get fit, and then I've got to do that, blah, 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 blah. It's great to wake up in the morning and just spring out of bed and go, yeah, bitch, we're going for a ride today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
The best. But look, I think you're the best in the game, mate. You're a great mate of mine. I can't wait for our little adventure this year in Croatia. Mate, and I can't wait to be riding with you when I'm 93 like your dad.
Yeah, well, we will be, because we'll make sure we do.
Done. Thanks for coming on, man.
Pleasure.
Done.